Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Muhammad Rizwan. Today I would like to present about our group's community service project, Navigation System for IIUM Campus, IIUM Maps. I'm Muhammad Rizwan and my friend Muhammad Nil Aiman. We will be presenting about Part 1, Project Closure. The main purpose of our project is to aid new and existing students in their movement around the campus, mainly through classes and lectures. Especially new students, when they enter the campus, they don't know where are the classes and the facilities located. So with the help of our apps, they can move without wasting any time. At the same time, they can go to their class early without wandering around the campus looking for their classrooms. Me and my group members, we come up with 4 objectives in the beginning of this project. The first objective, to guide students to move from one place to another place within the IIM campus. We achieved this objective. The second objective is to find venues for classes and lectures in their kuliahs. We also achieved this objective. The third objective is to navigate the facility within the IIM campus, such as sports facilities, cafeterias, and others. We also achieved these objectives. And the fourth objective is to develop an augmented reality AR map like the Google Maps, live Google Maps. But we didn't achieve this objective due to the time constraint and due to the lack of expertise. These are the activities we did throughout our project duration. The first one is the brainstorming ideas. Me and my group members, we did brainstorming sessions together using Google Meet. We come up with 4 ideas, and then once we have the ideas, we analyze those ideas. We go through the advantage, disadvantage, and how may we implement those ideas, and we choose the best one. Once we have the best idea, we engage in research and data collection. We not only did our research online, we also get on site to know the exact location of the facilities around the campus, and the arrangement of the venues, and the arrangement of the roads, exit, entry points, and everything. Once we have all the data, we move on to development of the applications. Our designer come up with the design of the design and interface of the applications, and then our programmers, they come up with the codings to code and develop the application. Once we are done with the application, we did the testing and launching. During the testing phase, we test out to see whether there are any errors or bugs in our application while using it. Once we solve all the problems that arise during our testing phase, then we launch the application to the community for their daily use.
For the changes incorporated into this project, we have additional security system. Initially, we believe there won't be any issues arising during the development of the system, as it will only be a simple application. However, during the product testing, we find that it is better to include an additional security system to prevent bugs so that the system can run smoothly when it is launched. Next, we have a user feedback section. It is to get users' feedback when it is launched as well as during the product testing so that improvement can be done, which will lead the product to be more user friendly. We also have a search option feature, which initially we made a catalog of venues because the numbers of venues in IIUM is definite. But we believe having a search option feature is more user friendly and save time to find the places the users are coming from to the desired destination. The outstanding risks and issues that we face during the development of this project is limited recommendation routes to venues. As we know, there are many ways to get to one place. However, due to its complexity, which will consume a longer time to develop, we decided to select only the shortest route to each venue. In the future, this can be improvised. Next, we have high internet consumption because of the utilization of GPS. In the future, when all the venues within the campus has been recognized by the system, we will try to make it an offline system. And then we have limited to Android. This is throughout the development of this project, we only develop for Android mobile operating system, so it is not yet flexible as people using iOS and Windows cannot use this application as of yet. And lastly, for the post-project review, there are three components which are plan of action, reflection, and review. We have outlined four plan of actions for the future development of the project. The first is to include more routes recommendation. With the current system, the routes are very limited. By doing this, the application will be able to access and recommend another ideal route to the users when they are lost. The next one is to incorporate other mobile operating systems. As mentioned earlier, this system is developed only for Android. Therefore, future development will include development for iOS and Windows. During the testing as well as the launch of the application, we are expecting more feedback from users which will be used to improve the system to make it more user-friendly and can be used for a very long time, as this project can be a long-term project if it is successful. The last one is to incorporate the concept of AR into our navigation system, as it will be more useful and valuable. With it, users are less likely to be lost, and this will be an added value to our project as we are able to maximize its usage to serve its purpose. In essence, this project gives us an opportunity to give back to the community of IIUM, especially to the current students that have only been experiencing online classes and for new students. We also managed to develop good teamwork among our group members, as doing this project is quite challenging because some of the group members are at the campus and some are at home. Apart from that, we also have good working relationship because all group members are very understanding of each other's commitment. So scheduling for discussion and completion of this project is easier. Throughout the course of this project, we were able to acquire and develop several new skills as a group. Designing and creating an application is one of the skills. Because the number of smartphones users continue to rise every day, this is an important ability. The ability to create an application will be in high demand in the future. Other than that, we learn some development skills in order to keep up with rapidly changing trends. The final review finds that this navigation system met all the quality of the expected criteria since it has all the components needed to recommend directions between places within an IUM campus. All of the team members have the right skills in order to ensure the success of this project through management, designing, and developing. Lastly, we find that there are no problems regarding this project since the project is mainly carried out by using open source, which is very easy to be obtained.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Danya Shrina and I will be presenting on the review of the effectiveness of the project management. Okay, so first of all, I will be talking about the governance of our project, which is divided into three parts. First, the project manager. Second, the project designer. And third, the project developers. Okay, so as the project manager, I am in charge of the team assembly where everyone is from different majoring of engineering, so each of them have different strengths. And then I conducted a few meetings for our brainstorming sessions and also to develop the project. Second is the project designer, which is Muhammad Rizwan. He is in charge of simulating prototypes and 3D renderings. So since this app is a navigation app, what he did is he made a few surveys of maps of every location in IIUM, which is important. And then he designed a logo of the IIUM navigation system so that we are easily recognized and people will find our app more legitimate. The third part of the governance is the project developers, which are Muhammad Irfan and also Muhammad Nil Aiman. So Muhammad Irfan is from the CIE background and Neil is from aerospace, but they both have their own quality. So what they did was to create a navigation system that can run smoothly without without experiencing any lag. And also he has the programming soft skill. They both have programming soft skills, so what they did is to make the programming to develop the app so that it runs smoothly when people are trying to navigate from one place to another in IIUM. Okay, next, the planning and control. So even though I believe that the planning was not perfect, but we did it as best as we could. So first of all, we all are located in different places since it is the ERTL. So what we believe was important in order to make this application more smoothly running, everyone had to have their own good internet connection and also a laptop so that the application can be developed smoothly. Next, even though everyone are in different backgrounds, so we all have our different workloads from other assignments, but we did allocated our own time to ensure that this app can be run smoothly. So this made us understand each other, so we had a good cooperation between team members and finally develop a good app that can be used for the students, especially new students, to navigate from one place to another in IIUM. Since IIUM is a very big place, I believe that this app is very important and crucial so that students won't get lost, especially if the students are from different kuliah and they are trying to get to a different kuliah. This app is very important. So thirdly, I will be talking about the stakeholder management. So what I believe in this project, our stakeholder is actually our own lecturer, which is Prof. Masjuki. So what we did in order to make this stakeholder management better is that we actually understand the task given, and it took like around 2 weeks for us to properly make a guideline for us, and we actually made a Gantt chart so that we can ensure that we understood all the tasks that were given. We were also conducted a few informal consultations with Prof. Juki, and also there were a lot of question and answer sessions, especially before and after classes, in order to make this project run smoothly. So that's it from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Umar Irfan and I'll be presenting about part 3, sharing lessons learned. So, some recommended good practices that we got from performing this project was, first of all, it's really important that we define our objectives and have a clear project scope. When you have a clear project scope, the flow of the overall project becomes really simple and each group member can perform their tasks individually without having to have constant monitoring. Linking to that, the second recommended good practice is efficient communication. When you have efficient communication between your group mates, it makes everything much more simpler. You can have all the miscommunications and all the errors in the projects all avoided due to having efficient communication. All the tasks will flow smoothly due to this efficient communication, also linking towards the clear definition of project scopes and objectives. And finally, linking to efficient communication too is we have constant updates and comments from feedbacks. When you have constant updates from the community, from the users, you can have those feedbacks and make implementation on where changes should be made. For example, let's say users say that the app is a bit too slow in some parts, or the navigation of the app itself is too hard, you don't know where to press on the app. So we can take those updates from the community, we can take the feedback, and we can use it to make changes where necessary so that overall it is a much more pleasant experience for everyone. For lessons learned, the first thing that we learned was that teamwork through online means is extremely important. So, as we all know, we are currently living in a pandemic and it's really hard to meet up with each other physically. So, we had to use online means such as Google Meets and WhatsApp and constantly update each other of what we are doing. So online methods were really helpful in making sure this project came to fruition. Next, we understood that this IOM navigation app is really helpful for students to pursue a more better education. It makes things easier for themselves, and this is also in line with the United Nations fourth Sustainable Development Goal, which is quality education. Talking about education, Islam has always pivoted and always implemented, has always put importance of how important education is. Narrated by Anas bin Malik, a famous hadith is seeking knowledge is an obligation upon every Muslim, Sunan Ibn Majah. As we can see, education is extremely important in all students and every Muslim's life. Thank you.